Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to episode number 322 of The Road to Glory here on FIFA 19 Ultimate Team. Now, this isn't going to be the very final episode. That will be tomorrow, confirmed. But I managed to get some more content done for today's episode so that we could, have another one. Because, hey, we all don't want this to end as soon as it is, alright? So, why not? So, what I've got for you today, I mean, this is probably like my main squad. It's my first team. It's got the great weekend league abilities in it if I chose to play it ever again, which I don't think I'm gonna. And then I decided to basically empty my club out. So literally all of the golds and all of the rare silvers, non-rare silvers, if they sold within the first couple of hours, great. If they didn't, I discarded them. So my club is kind of basic because I decided that, contrary to what I said in yesterday's episode, that I would complete this Sterling SBC, and I needed like every last coin basically. So this is what my club's left like. So I figured I might need a couple of them golds for the SBC, but then we just dropped down to bronzes. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing like marquee matchups again. I'm not going to be doing anything like that. We are coming to the end here, and I've got one last SBC to do after this one because yeah, again, like, I'm not going to be earning any more foot swap tokens, so we'll put the 4 in for a 94 rated Courtois. That's as far as we can get here, so we'll just go ahead and take that. It means absolutely nothing, but hey, why not? We'll just go ahead and pick him up just because he actually looks like an alright card, and it's just another one for the collection. I don't think he'll ever see game time in the Road to Glory, but it's just another one for us, right? Because it was either that or we could have got Zaha and then maybe a pack or two, but there's nothing in pack, so we'll just go ahead and take Thibaut, 94 overall rated. He does look like a pretty good keeper, but it is just so late in the game cycle, and I haven't focused on foot swaps enough this month to have enough to get like that Fabinho or Poulsen or the Icon, which would have been ideal, but that is just down to, yeah, no, I haven't gone down the route of like sweating for whatever the foot swap challenges have been. So PFA Young Player of the Year SBC, it is time. We are going to go ahead and complete it today, mainly because of the fact that we got a couple of reds, which I'm just not interested in keeping. You can see Tadic and the other guy, Cardona, is going to get submitted today, or are going to get submitted today, as well as a Tots that I had to buy. Everything else is first owner. Had to buy that Carrasco, and he cost about 30-something thousand coins. That's where my first batch of coins went. I then also bought myself another Carrasco with the final coins that remained, and in between that a bunch more stuff sold, and I was able to spend about 20k on a Bastian Schweinsteiger in form, which is the other special card that I needed for this particular SBC. So yeah, we bought a couple Carrascos and a Schweini, and that is going to basically be all we need to actually spend, because I'm getting rid of the likes of I think there's an 89 Kante in here, and then obviously in the last squad there was the 95 Tadic and stuff, because they mean nothing to me at this point, so I might as well just get the Sterling, right? It's a 96 Sterling. Yeah, it's quite cool to have. I know we've got a loan version, and this one's probably going to get a couple of games maximum, but it is just a case of, hey, it's another cool card for the collection, and it actually means that we get both of the Premier League Player of the Years in our club this year. We did Van Dijk when he was first out, because he was a competitive price and the best centre-back on the game, and I didn't do Sterling because he was actually more than Van Dijk at the time, and it was before Tots, so we just did not know whether or not it had been worth it, and him being about 1 to 1.2 million to complete in the SBC early days was a bit too high in my opinion. So yeah, waiting until now is definitely the better option, or you could of course just buy his team of the season for about the same price. But we do bring Raheem the Dream into the RTG just because, hey, why not? He had a really good Tots last year that I absolutely loved, and I thought, why not just have him for the collection, really? So we get a walkout in the rare mega pack today, but obviously it's not going to be blue or anything. It is just going to be Spanish centre back from Real Madrid Barcelona again. So it's not Ramos again. We get PK like 2 episodes running or something, which is tragic, really. But he's gone up a little bit in price. I managed to get over just over 20k for him or something like that, and I'll sell the Fabregas, probably discard the rest of the players and the contracts, and just keep the squad fitnesses should I ever return to playing games. And walk out again in our final 100k pack of the series, and we're going to get Brazilian centre forward from Liverpool. It is going to be a lower rated walkout. For a minute I thought, hey, just give us a 92 Neymar or something, just to go out with a bit of a bang, but we end up getting ourselves Roberto Firmino, and that is the reward packs from our final SBC here on the RTG. So there's some 83s and 82s and stuff in the pack as well, which I will just offload just to get the coins from them, and then I discarded the rest of that pack. But Sterling can come on into the Road to Glory, and I decided that I was going to play some games today with a pretty much full Premier League team, just with a couple of icons in there, because of course we have brought in Sterling, so I just figured, you know, we'd see what sort of Prem team we could put together for a couple of games. So that's what the defence looks like, mainly Liverpool actually, and then just a David Luiz when he was back at Chelsea. Of course he's now at Arsenal. And then in the midfield I decided to go for Wijnaldum, Vieira and Pogba, and it's going to change in game, so Wijnaldum and Vieira just will be my DMs. And then up top, we're obviously going to use Sterling. We're going to use Ronaldinho because I haven't used him for a little bit either. And then, of course, 96 Aubameyang up top. So that's how the team's going to basically end up for today's video. I will switch it up right towards the end. The last couple of games will be with like my main squad. But yeah, we're going to go and play some games with this one with Pogba at central cam. I think I'm going to show you the custom tactics right now actually. Yeah, so you're going to see where I'm playing each player. I think we'll go with I mean, obviously the 4-2-3-1, and we'll stick Sterling on the right, Pogba in the middle, Aubameyang up top with Ronaldinho out on the left, and then Wijnaldum and Vieira as the two CDMs. That obviously works out quite nicely, and it's time to just see what we can come up against, and most importantly, try and just have a bit of fun. And if you guys wouldn't mind doing me a massive favour right towards the end of the series here, hitting that thumbs up button. Let's go for over 1,000 likes today. I know you can make it happen because you do it pretty much every single day. So that is your target, 1,000 likes. Go for it. Thank you so much in advance. I love you, and your support this year has been absolutely phenomenal. So Sterling on his debut gets a goal after 1 minute and 26 seconds. I mean, this guy had a silver team and he was using English players, so I figured he was going to try and get the goal with English players for a foot swap player. So I decided to just sort of let him have the goal, just to be nice, because you know no one really wants to work that hard. And obviously I've got like a try-hard team at the moment, and yeah, I'll play and I'll try and win the game and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I'll also not really mind too much if they're going to get a couple of their challenges done. But he ends up scoring a really nice goal with JJ Okocha, and that was a nice green timed long shot, and you don't necessarily see them go in all the time. It's more the first time shots that obviously go in, just like that Ronaldinho one right there. So yeah, it was actually quite a nice goal to witness. And then he gets through Tammy Abraham again. I just sort of like moved the keeper one way, and he gets another English goal, because at the end of the day the result doesn't matter. I think the dab might have been a little unnecessary. But then later on in the second half, he decided to bring on 3 of his big players. And, I mean, it was Abraham that gets another goal to actually put him in the lead. And then right at the very end, I think a 95 Ziyech plays it through. And JJ Okocha is the guy to get another goal. So we end up losing against, I mean, that starting 11 was like a lot of silver players. But hey, it literally, I don't care. You know, we had loads of shots and stuff. But I think I was just trying to do nice shots. Maybe get a couple of nice volleys and stuff. And take the win. I'm really not that bothered, mate. Anyway, we move on into the next one. We end up going 1-0 up. It's a much more solid team that we're up against, of course. We do end up going 1-0 up with Aubameyang here, and then Wijnaldum plays it back, sort of 1-2 with each other. Pogba knocks it through, and Aubameyang gets another goal. He is really good, and it's such a shame that we only get him right towards the end here. He would have been great for us throughout the whole TOTS period, because he's just like a better version of that Aubameyang that we'd been using already this year. And again, just let my opponent get a goal with his English player, and then he actually gets through and gets a proper goal with one there. So he levels it up, and I'm like, damn it, why did I give him that first one? Why did I let him have the goal? And then he ends up equalising and then trying hard, and I'm going to lose another match here, aren't I? And that's exactly what happens. Like, he ends up scoring with Sterling, and I got overloaded on the attack. And I would say I was a bit unfortunate with some of the goals that went in, but once again, it just does not matter, does it? Like, we're going to attempt to try and enjoy our players, and that is just how it goes. And I actually get chipped right at the end there with Rashford. So he got loads of English goals. I think all 5 of his goals were English players in that game. So, yeah, in the end, we actually did deserve to lose. So we move into the next one. He's got the same 94 Courtois as that I own, but of course, we're not playing ours. And Richarlison sticks him 1-0 up. Trent was just sort of standing at the post and sort of let it go in. Didn't really jump for it or anything. I was like, oh, Trent, mate, come on. Put some effort in, buddy. But we get our equaliser there with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. A nice strike again. It's just so powerful and so accurate into the corners. He really is a tidy striker. And then Ronaldinho and Aubameyang playing it 1-2s with each other. And again, we get another goal with the Gabon striker, who I think he actually scored again for Arsenal, didn't he? Like at the weekend. So he's you know, 2 games and a couple of goals as well. So he started the Premier League season pretty decently. I'm sure you Arsenal fans would agree. But Hazard ends up getting me a goal here to put me 3-2 up. Decided to bring on a couple of subs there. Hazard being one of them. I can't remember who else I brung on. I think it was probably a CDM. I'm not too sure. Or I literally can't remember who it was that I was bringing on. But we end up getting a late equaliser scored against us right at the very end. I mean, probably deserved actually when you look at that opponent's, when you look at his overall like stats from the game and stuff. Like, I don't, like I said, it doesn't matter, but ended up being a 3-3 game. So I decided to just take it to one final game of Foot Champs with my main squad actually, which has got both Havertz and Aubameyang in the team, as well as, of course, like all of the crazy players, like you know, I don't know, just a 4-2-2 version of what we were using so that we could get both Havertz and Aubameyang in. And I ended up getting my equaliser there with Eusebio. Ronaldinho also then whips one into the box, and it is going to be Pogba to rise higher than everybody else to put me in the lead. 24 minutes on the clock, 25 minutes on the clock, should I say, and we are 2-1 up. And then Aubameyang knocks it out wide to Eusebio, cuts that defender in half, and then of course he just sprints past Sergio Ramos and bangs it green, and that's going to be the final goal of the road to glory this year, because this is the final game we've played, and my opponent decided to lose. So we end on a win, and it's actually ending on a weekend league win. So we are 1-0. We're finishing FIFA 19 on an unbeaten weekend league. That's exactly what I like to see. And a few of that stuff sold, but that really doesn't matter now, does it? So tomorrow's episode will be just a wrap up of everything, and I'll show you basically exactly where we left off with all of our players. Talk about all of the MVPs, the Hall of Famers from this year's series, and we'll just have one last goodbye, and it should be a nice, fun episode to leave you wanting more, ready for the FIFA 20 season coming up nice and shortly. So Ronaldinho also cracked over 500 games in this episode, so I'm so happy to see that. We got a lot of good use out of the Brazilian, and he is definitely going to be featuring as a Hall of Famer this year, no doubt about it, right? So yeah, that's probably like the main team that we would end up with. There are different variants that I could use that include like Hazard and stuff, but we've got just so many good players in our team that I can't choose, and to be able to have Havertz and Aubameyang and Pogba as well as Ronaldinho and stuff in that team means that that's probably my #1 overall final squad. Guys, hit me with a thumbs up on today's video. Like I said, tomorrow will be the very final episode of the RTG this year, so any support throughout the rest of this series and stuff will be greatly appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here for FIFA 20 stuff coming real soon, and of course follow me on Twitter, follow me on Insta if you want to see what I'm getting up to in Germany this week, which is related to the FIFA 20 stuff coming real soon, and of course make sure you have a lovely day. I'll catch you next time. Peace.